So I'm going to present the DAPI project. So I've been working on it for a bit more than 1 year. So DAPI is a decentralized distribution network for files and web applications. It can also be seen as an alternative to the DNS system and the certificate authority system. So as it is written on the website, DAPI is a decentralized alternative to legacy web. So the main thing is that the system is backed by a blockchain platform. So of course, it is not a blockchain platform itself. It is only backed by blockchain. And it can be seen as an intermediary between light clients and the blockchain. So the DAPI system includes a name system, just like the DNS system. So anyone can buy a name and attach information to it. But the main thing is that a name is not linked to a physical server through the IP addressing system, but a name is linked to a blockchain address. Finally, to a file that is that has been uploaded on the blockchain. So the main component of the DAPI system is the DAPI network, which is a set of agents who are independent one with another. So every agent that composes the DAPI network is co-responsible and co-authoritarian for the name system and the file distribution. So the main problematic DAPI tries to solve is the issue with legacy web. I'm going to zoom a bit so you see the picture. So one of the issues of legacy web is that it relies on centralized services. For example, certificate authorities, DNS servers, or final servers. So any of these components can be attacked, and it can result to private information stealing or stuff like that. And the DAPI system relies, as I said, on a decentralized network, which is the DAPI network. So every member of the DAPI network will run a node of the blockchain. So the DAPI network is a subset of a blockchain platform. And the main idea is that the client always queries multiple nodes of the networks. And on the client side, there is a consensus layer for example, if the client receives 2 answers A and 1 answer B, he might refuse all the answers because the state is not how can I say it? Because there is some kind of fork going on. One node might be lying, or one node might be on a fork. So that's the idea, is that the client is connected to a lot of blockchain nodes, which are co-responsible for the file distribution. So it means that the web application, the assets of the web applications is stored on the blockchain because we don't want to rely on a private server to distribute some assets or some files. And this system does not have dependency for the DNS system, so it does not use domain names or the certificate authority system. It uses certificates, but it does not use the certificate authorities. So the goal is to build some very highly censorship and attack resistant websites or web applications, or simply file distributions. Files distributed with DAPI are naturally resistant to DDoS attacks and DNS attacks, simply because there is a whole network that is responsible for file distribution and not just a single service. So I will do a quick demo of some very basic web application on DAPI. What did I miss? Okay, that's kind of all for the introduction. If you have any question, do not hesitate. So, the official GitHub account is that one. I recently wrote a first DAPI tutorial to learn to deploy web applications on DAPI. So at first, I will start my DAPI software. So in order for anyone to play with web applications on DAPI, it is required to have the software installed on the computer because it's a desktop software. It's not a web app. So I'll start it. Okay, so this is DAPI. So the first thing I want to show you is this page. This page references all the nodes that compose the DAPI network. So of course, right now it is a local network, but eventually in the future, there will be here 10, 20, or 40 nodes that can be queried to get some information from the blockchain. So what I will show you at first is this project. So this is the project I just showed you on GitHub. This is the same. And this is just to illustrate how DAPI works. So for example, this is a web application repository, very basic. There is a HTML file here. There are some JavaScript script file right here. And this CLI just compiles everything to a big base64 file and then uploads it to the Archain blockchain. So I have my Arnode software right here. So we should see the information getting through. Okay, so I guess this is the deploy. So all my web application is sent to a private name, this private name. So this is a base64. It contains the CSS, JavaScript, and HTML. So this is the unforgeable name that has been outputted. And right now I am able to load it on the DAPI software, just like a regular website. So DAPI browser is a bit like a web browser. The only thing that changes is the network side, because it does not do client-server requests, but it does a client blockchain request. So we will see it in a bit. So if I passed here the unforgeable name, okay, so I got my application loaded. And so this is just like loading a file, but the idea is also to be able to play with some dynamic content. So if you take a look at the Erlang file, it has a unforgeable name called light that can be on or off. And the idea is that our JavaScript will interact with this value on chain using some functions that are available in the execution context of the web application. So, for example, reading some value from the blockchain is done simply by doing a dapi-archain.fetch. So, for example, that one. So this is the unforgeable name. And when he gets the response, he can do anything he wants with it. So we are going to test changing the value on chain. So I'm going to click. And so this is one of the main points of DAPI, is that third-party applications do not handle private keys. It is DAPI that handles private key for them. So this is a DAPI pop-up because the web application has issued a request for to send a transaction on the blockchain. So I'm going to enter my password. I can also check the code to make sure there is nothing dangerous, and I can hit send transaction. So let's see the Archain logs. So my code has been deployed here, and the application, okay, it already changed color because it pulls the value from the blockchain every 5 seconds. I can click again. Okay, let's wait a bit. Okay, so of course, this is persistent storing on the blockchain. So it is not, it is the same thing for all users that might visit the same website. So now what I want to show you is this concept. So by clicking on it, I can see that it's a decentralized application and that it has been loaded through this endpoint. And the idea of DAPI is that you can load websites if you want more security. You can and you must load them from multiple endpoints. This means that you will not trust this endpoint or this endpoint. You require both of them to send the same data. If they send something different, you just reject the answer. So right now I have changed my settings and I want two available endpoints to send me I want to query two endpoints each time I do a query to the blockchain. So I'm going to reload the website. Okay, so it does the same, but what happened is that those two endpoints have been queried and they both of them sent the same answer. So DAPI validated this multi-request and the website could be loaded. If I was doing something very, very important and sensible, I would have raised this number, for example, to 10. And if the DAPI network would have been large enough, DAPI would have asked 10 members of the network in order for us to be absolutely sure that the resource we want to load is the one that we will receive. So that's kind of the idea of DAPI. DAPI also includes a name system, as I said. So we can link this complicated string to a simple name. Okay, not found. Something going wrong. Okay, so I kind of okay, that's why it fails, that because I changed it to 10, so I must lower this number again, and then I'll try to load the Lite application. Okay, so it worked. So so when I talked about censorship resistant domain names here. It is basically this idea is that if the Lite name is available, I can book it. And of course, it's recorded on the blockchain. So I own this name. And this information is always retrieved using the multi-request mechanism. It means that no single server can fool the clients by telling them that this name does not exist or maps to some other web applications. Right. So this is a file storing example. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the wrong one. You can also distribute simple files using DAPI. So this is a JPEG file that I uploaded earlier. So that's kind of everything I had to show. Regarding the ORChain community, so this release of DAPI is kind of a bit is working with my local installation. Hopefully, the next one will be backed by ORChain testnet 3. So this way, we will be able to deploy web applications and test the testnet. Next week, we will show you with Sumislav a wallet application on DAPI. And the wallet application he is developing on not on DAPI. So we will do a demo of it. If you are developing some web application on ORChain, do not hesitate to reach me or try to play with DAPI, because the goal is to make it very much simpler for everyone to interact with the blockchain platform. Because as a web developer, you won't have to deal with all the network and gRPC and communication stuff. It's all handled by the browser. For example, this is all the JS code of the application I show you. There is just a reading some stuff, and then sending a transaction is as simple as that, because the web application does not handle the network issues. So that's kind of everything I had to show.